Hello, my name is Pavel. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about cinema etiquette, aka cinema rules. I was going to make this video a couple of months ago and then Carsten Rundquist uploaded the exact same video at the same time, and I just didn't want to come across as if I'm like stealing from him or copying ideas, so I just decided to postpone this video. But this week I have a perfect excuse to make this video. I had an experience at the cinema that just got me extremely angry, and I was like, you know what, I need to complain, be an old man and talk about cinema rules, things that I feel like everybody should follow, and be an old man and complain online. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. Yeah. A couple of days ago I went to the cinema to watch Longlegs for the second time, and a quick review. I enjoyed it. It wasn't perfect, but it's great. It was a little bit overhyped for me for the very first time that I watched it, so I had like extremely high expectations, and I was a little bit disappointed the first time that I watched it. But whenever I went back to rewatch the movie, it was just absolutely perfect. Everything worked. The ending I'm still not entirely sold on, and I do have a few flaws with the movie, but we're not here to talk about Longlegs. We're here to talk about cinema rules, and I have so many things to say. But before I complain about the cinema, I feel like I need to preface by saying where I live, there's no kind of like proper cinema where people who really love movies go to, like an independent cinema. There's nothing like that around here, and I'm not trying to sound elitist or pretentious, but there's like no way around it. The cinema I usually go to has an arcade, a restaurant, and just a place for a family to have a fun day out, and I think that's absolutely great because I feel like a cinema should be for every single person. It should be a welcoming place, and it's usually people going to the cinema to just waste some time, and it's usually like one or two Letterboxd users per screening. Like you can just tell who's definitely like a Letterboxd user. But basically what I'm trying to say is there's a big range of people that go to the cinema here, but the closest like independent cinema or like a cinema that shows classics is like 2 or 3 hours away from here, and I feel like people at those cinemas usually like get the general rules. But at places like what I go to here, I feel like people just don't really get the rules. And I know that sounds pretentious and a little bit elitist and I sound like a horrible person, but that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm basically trying to say that I feel like at these like bigger cinemas, not like independent ones, people are just kind of like a little bit more frustrating, I guess. And that's kind of what I'm here to talk about, because I have a few rules that I want people to follow, and it just annoys me, and I'm here to complain. And the first thing I feel like I need to say is just shut up. Just please. And in every single way, please. Just shut up. I'm so tired of just listening to people talk. I went to watch Longlegs, and the two people behind me, I can tell you their names, where they work, what time they're starting work at tomorrow, what they do for work, and I can tell you their Snapchat names. Why do I know that when I'm just trying to watch Longlegs? Can you just please, kindly, not even kindly, just shut up. I don't really care what you're talking about, and nor does anybody else. Just stop talking. But I feel like there are some times when it's okay to talk in a cinema. For example, if it's just you in the cinema with somebody else, or you're just in like a little group of friends are in the cinema, that's fine. You can talk because you're not distracting anybody else. But as long as you're on the same page, that's just the main thing. But if somebody else is in the room that's not in your party, then just shut up. Stop talking. I honestly just don't understand why people find this so difficult to process, or just don't know inherently. Like, people are there to watch a movie in peace and just escape from everything in the world and just relax. Why are you talking? Tell me why I can hear every single thing about your day. What are you going to have for dinner? What you had for lunch? What your mum's birthday is? What your granny's favorite hobby is? Nobody, and I mean this from everybody, nobody cares. Just shush. I just hate it so much. And also, I feel like it's a part of the shutting up part. Just put your phone on silent. I don't understand why people don't put their phones on silent. You know what the craziest thing is when people have their brightness really high and they're in front of you, and it's just like lighting up the entire cinema. It's like somebody has a torch. I don't get it. Mute your phone. Shut up. Please shut up. Yeah, lower your phone, but just have it on silent. It's so easy. There's literally like little things on the screen that are like, please mute your phone. They're there for a reason. Just please. From everybody who goes to the cinema and is in any way self-aware or is somewhat invested in the movie being shown, just please, from all of us, shut up. Punctuality. This one is fairly straightforward. Don't arrive like 30 minutes late and then create a grand entrance mid-movie. It just makes no sense. Like, cinemas literally add 20 minutes onto the movie. Like, you have all those ads and the movie never starts on time. And if you're coming in 40 minutes late, the thing that you need to do is just come in quietly. Come in, sit in the back if there's some empty seats. Don't walk in really loud, shouting, talking, asking your friends, hey, where are we meant to be sitting? And then like opening your bags of sweets really loud. Like, just have some self-awareness. If you're 40 minutes late, people are probably going to be invested in the movie. Why are you talking? Why are you being really loud? And I understand that sometimes, you know, things happen in life and you just show up late to the movie. You've paid money. That makes sense. But if you come in, just be respectful to other people. Sit in the back, or maybe go to your seat quietly and be like, excuse me. Or don't even say anything, just put up the hand, whenever you're trying to say excuse me, you're like, sorry. Just do that, and people will respect you a lot more. But if you walk in like, oh, sorry, where's E5? Oh, sorry, does anybody know where E5 is? Opening your seats, people are going to be looking at you and they're not going to be impressed with you. And if I'm in that crowd, I'm definitely going to be giving you daggers. And I'm that annoying person that if somebody's really annoying me in the cinema, I'm like hoping that my eyes get them to shut up, which it never works. I'm such an old man. How did I become this? This is embarrassing. On to the next point, which is food. Oh my gosh. Okay, are you ready for this? Okay, so last year, whenever I was watching Barbie, there was a couple beside me. I think they were like 60 or 70. Not that it really matters. I'm just painting this picture for you. I was in the middle row. The couple was beside the wall, and they take out a meal deal. Okay, so the first thing we have, carrots. That's fine. Carrots, they don't really smell. Then we have hummus. Okay, and then what do they pull out? What did they think would be appropriate for a Barbie screening? What do you think it was? Yes, it was tuna. They brought out a can or like some tub or some stupid thing of tuna. Why do you have tuna at a Barbie screening? How am I meant to be having fun watching people dance and sing and just looking at the pretty lights when all I can smell is tuna? Are you insane? Why do you have tuna in the cinema? What is wrong with you? What did they do back in like the 50s or 60s? But I feel like they didn't have tuna in the cinemas. Listen, do not bring any fish. No, nothing with mayonnaise, please. No cheese, no smelly vegetables, no eggs. You understand. If things are smelly, just don't bring them, or just stick to the things that they usually sell in the cinema. And I know it's quite expensive, so use that as a guideline if you're going to bring some stuff from home. Maybe some popcorn, some sweets, some drinks. But listen, why are you bringing fish to the cinema? Do you hate yourself? Do you hate the entire world? Do you want the world to burn? What is wrong with you? Why are you bringing tuna to a Barbie screening at your big age? Grow up. I don't understand. But also, I feel like you need to time your eating and drinking. If there's like an important quiet scene, maybe somebody's dying, you're watching like something really emotional, and all you hear is like, as you're pulling in for some sweets. Like, but yeah, how about you just don't do that, please. For me and for everybody else. Thanks. I'm speaking for everybody. Thanks. Don't do that. And my last main point is kids. Okay, listen, it's not the children's fault that their parents are stupid, but I just cannot stand when parents bring their children to a movie that the kids do not care about. Like, why are you bringing your kids to watch the new Godzilla or the new James Bond movie when they're like 10 years of age? They don't care what's going on, especially if there's more than one kid. Like, they're obviously going to get bored, and they're going to talk, and they're going to distract everybody else. And it's because of your stupid decisions. Like, I know this is selfish, and it's not really fair, and sometimes you just can't get a babysitter. It's too expensive to get a babysitter, and that makes perfect sense. And like, you don't really get many family days out, and it's rare, and I understand that, but please, just do something else. Or maybe like go to a child screening or something where the kids are actually going to have a good time and they're not going to be distracting everybody, being loud, throwing popcorn. Just don't bring your kids to a movie that they're gonna hate. Like, I feel like that's a fair thing to say. I feel like I know you want to watch the new James Bond movie, everybody does, but maybe don't bring Rebecca, that's 9 years of age, that just loves knitting and jumping on the trampoline, because she's not gonna like it. And if she's going with her friends or her sister, they're gonna start distracting other people and throwing stuff at them, and it's just, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. A few bonus little points that I'm just going to rant about. So, number 1, clean up after yourself. Fairly self-explanatory. Let's just be nice to those who work in the cinema. They get enough grief. They have a hard time working in there, especially because of people. So maybe just clean up after yourself. Grab your popcorn, chuck it in the bin. They usually have a bin outside the door. Just be nice. B.O. I know this is mean, but if you're a bit stanky, and you know that you're a bit stanky, oh my gosh, have you ever been to the cinema and the guy beside you is just stinking? Like, and it usually is a guy. Like, you see this dude and he just smells like tuna. He smells like that time I was watching Barbie. He just stinks of fish. And if you have any self-awareness and you recognize that you stink, please, just a little stick on a jumper. It is mean. It is a horrible thing to say, but sorry, I'm just going to be saying it because sit in your own seat, until the movie starts. And if that seat that you want is free, you can move over, because you know how awkward it is. Like, people are in the cinema and they're sitting down, then you have Robert coming over, and Robert's like, hey, I think that's my seat, and you're like, oh, sorry, and then it's like this awkward interaction. Just avoid it. Sit in your own seat, okay? And when the movie starts, and if you see a better seat, move over. Maybe give it a few minutes just to make sure nobody's coming in late, and then you can move over. That's fair. But everything else, just come on, just avoid the awkwardness. But ultimately, I think over the past few years, I've really gotten into watching movies alone at home, and I've gotten extremely comfortable with all of that, especially like during COVID and so on. Maybe because I've gotten so familiar with my own movie watching climate that my tolerance for annoying people in the cinema has just been lowered. And I guess it doesn't really matter, because people are going there for the same reason, just to get away from everyday life and just to have a good time. But I feel like if everybody could follow some basic rules, then everybody's experience at the cinema would just be a lot better, and we can all enjoy the movie. And just follow some basic rules. Just shut up. Mostly just shut up and just be a nice person. It's not that difficult. Just be sound, just be nice, and have a good time at the cinema. But that's everything I have to say for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. I'm such an old man, it is ridiculous.